Sup Shredders, my name is Logan aka SpiderHands and welcome to SP Reviews, where today have ourselves a track from an act named Prophet David Taylor and Shades of the Cross, featuring Yvonne Gage. And if we switch over to here, we have got a track, and this track is called Let Your Peace. So I'm going to listen to this track from start till finish, and we're going to hear what we think. Let Your Peace, excellent. It's interesting. We've got an organ, we've got some pianos and drums. Beautiful beautiful harmonies on that piano. Actually, I like the color of those chords. Boom, 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 boom. Seventh harmonies. Oh my goodness, this is so cheerful and splendid and positive. I love this. I've listened to some of the heavies music I've listened to in a while before this review, and this is a complete change of pace, and I am all for it. I love these lady vocals. They're so charming, and David Taylor, Let Your Peace coming in with that as well as a call and response kind of thing, and lovely groove on the drums as well. Yeah, and we're not only having just two vocals, we've actually got like separate vocalists for the answer. Let your peace, and to elaborate on the lyrics of the hook. And people are doing slightly different things, and I like that. We're not afraid to have a little bit of difference between the different vocal takes. I think that's great. It allows the people involved to have their own sort of persona within the mix and to make them more easily identifiable. And that drum groove, man. I love that eighth note and how the smoothness of it, and in addition to the emotional content of the lyrics, it's great. Stunning. Yeah, it's fantastic. We've got some very strong singers here, very capable singers who, with effortless vibrato, great technique, the notes are coming through nice and cleanly, super duper strong performance there. And the bass line on the bottom is understated, but at the same time, it's so competent and lovely. I really adore what's going on there. I think it's great. It's a great sort of combination of elements right now. I will talk about the lyrics in a minute. I'm just taking in all the musical elements first. Yeah, and I'm loving the little bits of zazz, like how we've got that leaders done lost their minds, talking about sort of people were experiencing struggles and chaos and the inadequacies of what's going on in the world today, and trying to find sort of peace within the Lord and stuff like that. I think that's a beautiful sort of message. Because it is a shame that people are struggling, you know? Yeah. Yeah, and it's charming. We have these sort of filtered soft strings now as a contrast to the verse and choruses that we had before as sort of an interlude here. I think that's really charming, and it's very sweet. I think that the song is built and written with the best intentions, and I think we need more music like this.
Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid.
Saxophone solo. Charming. I adore this. I love the fact that we have a saxophone solo in this part of the song, because this is exactly 4 minutes. So I think there was an awareness, that we needed to make sure that we didn't go longer than that. Singles usually do better when we have these songs between 2 and 4 minutes. Because people just don't have a lot of time nowadays. A lot of people are time poor, But to have a solo like this is that a little bit of sort of extra spice and it's a really welcome texture to the song as well. There's nothing quite like a saxophone, and for it to be riffing as well, like it's incorporating some of the vocal melodies that we had earlier, whilst adding its own sort of understanding and inclusion of the song itself. It's great. It's a combination of some of the best parts of the song. And I enjoy it. Oh, we're right back into it. Right to that hook. Sweet. Yeah, see, there's enough change within these songs, within their individual verses and choruses, that the song remains interesting throughout. If they had just copied and pasted the vocal melodies and harmonies and the different sort of instrumental parts for each section, it would have felt a bit flat. You need to keep people hooked onto your song by having a bit of change every second sort of every second line of the stanza, So this is doing very well. I agree. I think it's really important to find peace in the mornings, Because, if you don't have a good start to the day, the rest of your day is probably not going to be much better, is it? I mean, it might be better, but I don't know. Some people don't like mornings very much. That was a stunning video. Now, I don't typically talk about what the videos that I watch, because I'm not as knowledgeable about video production, despite the fact that I've done hundreds of these reviews at this point in time. But I think that this video communicated what the lyrics and what the music and what the singers wanted to well. Everything in here was reasonably stylistically cohesive, and I also appreciate the fact that we had a lyric video. Thank you for having a lyric video. It's always a shame when there are not lyric videos, because then you have to go through. Not that I mind listening to tracks repeatedly, but you have to do that, because you are, you might miss a few lines when you're trying to figure out what's going on with the chord progression, or the percussion section or something like that. So I really appreciate Prophet De La Taylor, Shades of the Cross, with Let Your Peace. I have a lot of love for this song for various reasons, not least because I think that the message that it inspires in people is an inherently positive one. And there's a lot of music that isn't necessarily centered around genuinely making people's lives better, and I think that's what David Taylor, Prophet De La Taylor, and Shades of the Cross tried to do with this. At the very least, they were trying to communicate a message of trying to find peace in this world, and among all the craziness going on. I should also mention that the song features Yvonne Gage. If I haven't already, I'm pretty sure I did that at the start, but if I didn't, Yvonne Gage. Yeah, Prophet De La Taylor and Shades of the Cross featuring Yvonne Gage. Yeah, Yvonne's vocals were phenomenal. And excellent. Excellent work. It was a nice contrast as well between Yvonne's vocals and David Taylor's vocals. You know, David Taylor's ones were more sort of straightforward, as if he was sort of giving, as if he was talking to you, as Yvonne was obviously the set focal point in the verse sections. There was enough complexity, and as I mentioned, there's enough complexity and a change in the chord progressions and the structures of the verses and choruses to keep things interesting throughout, without alienating from the main sort of musical themes of the song. And I think that in terms of the production, things were recorded quite well. They sounded nice and fresh and bright, and there was nice effects change added to the different instruments, and nothing was sort of weird or unusual. I think that this was very professionally mixed and mastered. So yeah, that is effectively my review of this track. So yeah, hopefully, you know, if you enjoyed this track, you'll go show David Taylor and Shades of the Cross some love. I think that they also, if I go out of here, I think they also have like a Patreon here, as well as a different different social medias and stuff like that. And I wish them the best of luck in future, really. But if you did enjoy this review of Prophet, David Taylor and Shades of the Cross featuring Yvonne Gage, please do go show some love to them via their various social medias and YouTube. And stay cool and stay safe. And please also remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as they need the help more than ever with all the craziness going on in the world. Catch you next review. SpiderHands out.